Welcome to Rabbit Stew. It's Friday. It's fucking Friday.
The Friday dance?
I guess so. Most of my dances are just arm waving with a little bit of shoulder jiggle.
I do one dance.
Show
It
me.
is known as the swishy wiggle dance because I just kind of...
It's solid. It is a solid
It
dance.
started
move.
as the White Girl Shuffle. I learned this from Samantha Brown on the Travel Channel. This is the White Girl Shuffle. And then it became the Geek Girl Shuffle, and then it just kind of evolved into the swishy wiggle dance because I wear a lot of those 1950s and stuff.
Oh, it
inspired
probably looks
dresses.
great in that.
And so they swishy. And then I also wear a lot of pencil skirts, so that's the wiggle. So it's
Swishy
either a
wiggle.
swishy or it's a wiggle. It's the swishy wiggle.
I totally see it now. The world is open now. It's my understanding.
Your eyes. You
My
understand
eyes.
now. Hi guys.
I see everything.
All those familiar
Yeah,
faces.
it's nice to see everyone familiar. It's good. I really enjoy the chat that we have.
So we were, just before we came on camera,
Yeah.
we were talking about nerdy hoodies.
Oh my god, yeah, we were.
And Lauren has that amazing, like super expensive, really nice N7
Yes,
hoodie
she does.
from Mass Effect. And I have a nice Spider-Gwen hoodie, but oh my
Thanks
goodness.
for the resub.
Descachin. Descachin. Thank you for the resub.
I learned how to say that yesterday.
That's probably not at all how to say that.
No, it is. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
machine with a des.
Oh, cool.
Descachin.
But the Spider-Gwen one's too obvious. It's too much.
Oh.
Hey, this is Spider-Gwen. Hello, I am a nerd. I am wearing this hoodie, and that means I'm a nerd. Hi, Gamer Blue.
You need
So
cash.
I get super self-conscious wearing that outside of the house because it's like flaming nerd powers go kind of like I really need to be wearing it on Spider-Gwen's Day
fair.
to really rock that one.
Only Wednesday.
Only Spider-Gwen's Day happens once a month
That's
when
not enough.
Spider-Gwen comes
That's
out.
not enough.
It's true. And so I need a hoodie for the rest of the month. And so we were debating making versus buying and the various pros and cons.
I literally want to make a Bulbasaur one because then I can make a backpack that is the blooming shell.
Nice.
And then I can have a backpack. And then it's really casual cosplay because then I could just be
backpack.
comfortable. I like being comfortable.
Hyper RPG hoodies. See, that
One
could
day.
be a thing.
One
My
day.
thing is that it also has to be a zippered hoodie. I don't
Oh,
like pullover hoodies
for sure.
because it messes up the hair. You
wait.
get makeup all over the collar. Like I just don't like. So that's why I don't have any Teespring hoodies at all. That's why I would love to get a Twitch hoodie, but those are impossible to come by.
I have
so.
the Hyper RPG hoodie and it's actually really comfortable. I wear it to sleep.
Why
All
is-
right.
Now
So
who's logged in? Oh my goodness.
we don't know. Hello, guys. This is,
guys.
in case you were new or if you were old, we were refreshing you. Fridays is now our science and tech and VR days with Anna
Yes.
because that's what she's passionate about. And here we always want to do what we're passionate about.
So yesterday I came in. I was going to do a little bit of work with Ryan on the Gauntlet show, but he was a bit overburdened with yesterday's programming
Yeah,
and today's
it's a lot.
programming. And I had a bit of a migraine. So instead I went home and played with my Vive.
It's pretty great. I've seen the Vive.
I was in VR for like half of yesterday. It was great. It was
And your eyes are okay? And you're not sick?
Yeah. No, I didn't get.
Oh, nice.
So it was because I had a touch of a migraine. It was difficult to tell, like, if I was feeling a little because of the migraine or if it was because of the VR. But I did spend a decent portion. And I mean, I say I spent like half the day. I spent a couple hours throughout the day actually in VR and just kind of felt a little blah all day. But that was probably the migraine.
Probably the
So-
migraine. Good to
so
know.
I am super excited about that. So I'll be testing it again over the weekend.
Please do.
and
I would like
hopefully
that.
without a migraine, post mimosas. It's gonna be great. No, I have a brunch date.
Oh, well, you have a great weekend.
I do. I have a great weekend planned. I'm super excited for it because I've got brunch with some of the wonderful people over at Paizo who make
Right.
Pathfinder, and eventually Starfinder. And then I'll play in VR for the rest of the day on Saturday, and then Sunday we got a
company picnic.
a
So,
company barbecue, and
It's-
I am
we'll
going
be
to
scolded.
make margaritas from DJ Blue PDX that was here last week as DFA as the DFA villain, who's super cool. He brought us.
He's
this
a bomb.
awesome- Oh my goodness!
Warning, warning, big donation. Warning, warning, big donation. Warning, warning, big donation. Hype.
Genova Plus, thank you for donating. What do you have to
Genova,
say?
you're such a good
Swishy
boy.
hype. Arm flail hype. Happy Friday, everyone. I drink so much coffee to survive today.
Aw.
Thanks for the hype.
Thanks.
Hashtag neonut. Hashtag hash browns.
You can do it, Genova.
You can do it.
Hang in there.
I totally understand you. I slept in
You can
really
be
late.
triumphant.
I literally slept in as much as I could
Mm.
before realizing that if I slept in anymore, I'd be late.
Yeah, that was me yesterday. That was me yesterday.
I didn't see Oh yeah.
So going to make margaritas. He gave us this wonderful, wonderful bottle of tequila. So we're gonna have margaritas at the cookout.
I told her to get the saltiest salt for the edge.
Yeah.
It's made from tears that happen. Probably tears.
Oh, you wanted that salt.
I want so much
Yeah,
salt.
No, that I know how to get.
Yeah.
You just go onto Twitter and
No. You just go to you just play Bastion and then you just drink the tears of everyone who's so salty about your win.
oh.
All right. So, just to remind you guys, if you sub today, 5 subs is stinky. We like subs. We're really pushing that sub goal. Thank you for following
That's
Hyper
us.
RPRG.
That's us.
I'm practicing. It's a practice.
That is us.
I know it's us.
Hear something about Steam Keys?
I did, yeah.
It's Freaky Friday!
It's
Don't
freak-
forget.
Freaky Friday. It's freaky. We're gonna get freaky with freaky steams. Freaky Friday.
I kind of love and hate myself for coming up with that pun. Rage Cash.
Rage Cash, thank you.
Thank you for resubscribing. Yeah, freaky for freaky. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my fault. I'm sorry, not
Thank
sorry.
you for following Prepare to Drop.
Prepare to drop. Thank you for being a friend computer and following the channel.
Remember, if you follow, we know that this is a good thing. I like positive.
We already know that
affirmations.
this is
No, I just need like
them
constant
to know.
reaffirmations that I'm doing a good job, and that's what follows. Are they like, you are entertaining enough to watch? Comitis.
Comitus.
Comitus.
Comitus. Thank you for being a friend computer and following the channel.
Thank you. Again, I just constant. Like, I was a kid who would do anything for a gold sticker. Like, did you have those teachers who are like,
You know what we should do? Sorry to
stickers.
interrupt you. We
No.
should tell them what this show is.
oh yeah.
8 minutes into the show and we haven't told them what the show is.
It's Rabbit Stew. We hype up our day's programming and we talk about things we like. Which, Anna, what are you going to talk about today?
VR and science. And tech.
And tech.
But
'Cause
that's harder to
that's
be
them.
like science, tech. It's the same
Technology.
voice. It's the same
Indeed.
technology.
Indeed.
It just doesn't work as well.
Guys, I love Bastion, but I just joke. All right. So, first off, heads up. We will give you a job if you sub during our show. It's
You
great.
will give them a job
I
if they
love
sub
to
during
give
the show.
jobs.
Trust me, this is to your benefit. Otherwise, you'll all just be in charge of cleaning the latrine.
That's boring.
You want her to give you
Yeah.
the cool jobs. That's just how it's gonna go down.
I give the interesting jobs.
VR is kind of tech. That's true. That's why it's on Science and Tech Day. But it's very VR specific because I'm loving all this VR stuff. FC Tlatuk. Tlatuk. Thank you for being a friend computer and following the channel. We appreciate it. Yeah, stuff and things. So we are Hyper RPG, a premium Twitch studio, broadcasting studio, bringing you a variety of shows, lots of really cool role-playing game
Yep.
shows. We like to try and take shows that aren't inherently interactive and make them interactive.
Yes.
And it is a lot of fun.
It's really fun to be a part of here. If you think we're fun too, you can start using our fan pack and start putting our name in the real world. In the real world.
Yes, tell us about the fan pack, because I just
Yeah.
found out about this this morning.
So the fan pack
This is super cool.
It's official things that you can print out and post on corkboard or on telephone posts or at your local library because I like books. I'm excited because I was talking to Emily and I have like 3 coffee shops in my area that are super geekery that I'm going to be putting stuff up in. And we have like Twitter banner and we have this gorgeous one where we have all these. We have Sharky, which is super important, and you can post this, and people can use it to find us and watch. And then we have other stuff about shows.
Cool.
That's the MFEC logo, which is the one that we use for our Shadowrun game, which is I enjoy. I'm a part of it. I'm the F for fantastic. I don't know why I haven't used that before. I don't. Why did I just figure this out now? Fang is fantastic. No, you know what? Plus, you're right. We did it. We did it. I probably didn't do it. So they've been working hard on it, and we also have our new Vanquish show.
So how do they get this fan pack to become a part of the street team?
Nightbot just posted a link on it, and you can click it and print it off right there.
Hey, look at that.
Thanks, Nightbot.
bit.ly/chase the rabbit. Go figure. All of this stuff at that link. Nice and convenient.
It's like we do things for your ease and your appeasement, internet.
No, it's like we're here to make your lives better.
Yes, that's what we do. Or you can Facebook us at facebook.com/hyperrpg, or you can find us on the Twitter at
hyper_RPG.
super important, the underscore.
That is the only one that has an underscore, though, I think.
Yep.
And we are working on it.
If you find the people who are just hyper RPG, it's just a picture of an egg. And then we're like, we want that.
We're working on I believe we are working on the trademark to get it.
Oh,
but
hi,
it's
Mal.
taking a really, really long time. Hey, Mal. Mal was here earlier
Yeah,
this week.
it was great. I got a sword that I'm still afraid to actually take out because it's really sharp. No, I was going to talk about the sword. So I got a sword on Wednesday.
Yes.
It was amazing.
I was here.
I freaked out about it because it's the first time I've gotten a gift that's a sword. And so like I took it home and I showed it to everyone. I went to my sister's house and I showed it to my sister and they're like, oh, and then they're like, can we play Fruit Ninja with it? And I was like, everyone will get hurt if we do that. And no, it's too nice. So I'm like ordering a frame for it so I can put it above my bed, closed above my head.
Fruit Ninja's in the news.
Yes, it is.
It's in the news.
Yes.
Fruit Ninja's in the news. We have to get to the news so we can talk about the Fruit Ninja. But first, we have to talk about today's shows.
Well,
hey, who's our guest?
Even before that, we have something announcement. I need Ryan to get in here.
Ryan.
Let me go grab him.
Ryan. We need Ryan.
Oh my god.
Ryan.
Yeah, I'm sitting down. So, Ryan was
So confused.
bequeathed an amazing item of pure value. Can you tell us what Renraku did for you, Ryan?
Renraku bought us a new computer. Look at it. It's so new. The screen is like unsullied. My greasy fingers will soon.
And yet
ruin that.
there's already like particle matter all over
Yep,
it. There's
we're humans.
dust and like
So
it's
Rai, the bearded guy,
mad.
Rai, the hype guy.
get some compressed air.
So
on that
thank
thing.
you,
Make Joe happy.
Renraku, for your donation. It will be used well because no joke, I don't see anyone who's on their computer more than Ryan.
I don't know about that, but what I'll tell you is that if you love Rai and you love Renraku, why don't you just join us?
Because you are a part of Renraku, right?
Well, he
I
is
am.
now. They bribed him with a computer. I'll be a part of
This
Renraku
came-
if they bribe me
this
with a
came
new
after I
computer.
joined. They had already planned this out of the goodness
Uh-huh.
of their hearts.
Sure.
So
sure.
we wanted to say thank you to Renraku.
Total
and
coincidence.
We want to say thank you to Aries for all these.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
we are not worthy,
Yes.
but I really appreciate
very,
it.
very much so.
It's really nice.
Awfully convenient coincidence there, but
Yeah.
yes, thank
Awfully
you.
convenient.
Regardless, thank you for bribing us with gifts. We appreciate it. Maybe I shouldn't say that as the GM of the metagame. We thank you for
bribery
bribing
and
us with
compliments
gifts.
get everywhere. Like we, yeah.
Yeah.
We're people.
So anyway, and Wu Xing sent dice. That is true as well.
Oh yeah. I have not been given my set, but I've watched from afar at Zach who's touching the dice, and I'm just like,
Well, he's not able to touch all of them
No, but you
yet.
gotta touch
I'm gonna
5.
work on not letting him corrupt them too much.
straight up. I think after Zach blew on my dice, like a month ago, my dice rolls have sucked. I know who dice rolls are okay. Zach.
All right. Next time you have your dice here, just bring them to me.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can fix them.
I definitely need a Dorito and Mountain Dew them. That's what you do to purge the curse. You dunk them in Mountain Dew for a day, and then you drizzle Doritos on the top. And then for a full day after, you put them in the sun. We put in the sunlight, and you have all 6s, and you just let them roast and dry. You've not seen this? This is what you do.
No.
To corrupted dice.
No, that's what you do to corrupt dice.
That's what I'm supposed to do. I looked it up because I was really worried that Fang is gonna die.
What manner of uncouth savages told you to do this to your dice?
I Googled it. I picked up the knowledge. I will.
YouTube told you to do this. Okay, that explains a lot.
Okay, so if we can continue, and we'll actually talk about our programming today. At 2:15 today, Dean Tate, the artist and owner of Pixelorsis.
Pixelsaurus.
Warning, warning, big donation. Warning, warning, big donation. Warning, warning, big donation. Warning, warning, big donation. Hype.
Well, hashtag Shaiwa sent you all. My dead body. Isn't that worth like a computer or swords or dice?
Wow, that was from Dead Arizlan. Dead Arizlan from Beyond the Grave.
Oh my god, Dead Arizlan, like that was, if you haven't watched Shadowrun.
For the record, Arizlan is not actually dead.
The real Arizlan.
Arizlan within the Shadowrun metagame has been assassinated.
Totally.
And that is a thing that perhaps is going to get investigated and reveal more interesting aspects of the Shadowrun metagame, the Shadowrun RPG metagame. Just clarifying that.
It's great. It's like no joke. I'm so sorry that that person is now dead. But can we just say it is so cool? Like, I'm on Zach's page on this. This is so cool that murders are happening. Like, guys, this is like a corporate war. Like, murders and like espionage. And I bet there's like a team of runners that are just, by the way, I might have to like talk to you about like I will doodle a fan art for a group of runners that you can start putting in the game. Because remember, if you are a subscriber here, you can be a part of the Shadowrun game and be a part of this silliness that we do every day.
Okay, but coming up after this is not squeakly affirmations.
No.
Last week we did squeakly affirmations and it didn't quite do the show or the game justice, so we decided to move on to something else this week. I'm not honestly sure what they're playing.
Guess what, though? I'm going to be there.
But
Like,
Claudia will be there.
Anything I'm invited to, I feel really lucky.
And Sally will also be there.
Me and
so
Sally
it's
are going to
be
have some girl time.
wildly entertaining.
Yep.
Obviously.
We are going to affirm our friendship. Weekly.
Right. Sure. No, just this week. Next week, Strix is back.
Oh, yeah. We need Strix, dude. I want to hear some about Strix's journey.
Then, after that, one of the highlights of the week, I feel.
Oh,
Hey,
thank
Geek
you,
40.
Geek 40.
Thank you for resubscribing.
For 4 months.
One of the highlights of the week, I feel, is Death from Above.
Da-da-da.
The Lord Commander is testing out new recruits on New Abilene this week. This episode is going to be so fun.
It's going to be ridiculous. We have some special guests in there. We have Viking Lass and Goobers will be there. And there's more secret
We'll both
special
be
guests.
piloting mechs in this episode. And more super secret special guests. Who will it be that impresses the Lord Commander?
Because remember, one will be a part and will be replacing Beta.
Now, so this is a super cool thing because it's, oh my goodness.
Thank you, Genova Plus. What do you want to say?
Thank you, Genova.
No, Claudia. No, moving on. Don't thank your dice in bro fuel. That's how you get ants. Also, Bryban with chocolates and corgi pictures. Hashtag Neonite. Hashtag does not speak for Neonite. I'm sorry, Giaka Browns.
Warning, warning, big donation. Warning, warning.
And this one is from Wilder1251.
Donation. Warning, warning, big donation. Hype.
Programming quirk. Hashtag Defy. Hashtag Horizon.
And we were just about to talk about what that is.
Just about I talked about DFA.
So, super cool thing. You can buy effects in the game of Death from Above. So, this week in particular, we're allowed to go a little more off the rails with it. I'm not sure how much of this has been revealed, so I'm gonna hold off on saying exactly why. But there's going to be all manner of shenanigans this week, and the shenanigans will make sense with the plot.
Yeah, and we don't want to spoil for you, but you can. So if you want, and if you love DFA, you can support it through purchasables.
Yes.
Right? That's one way you can support this channel. There's a bunch of other ways.
So much fun.
Yeah. And what I'm really excited about is like, this is definitely a way to mess with Goobs and Viking Lass. That's right, Skexy. So if you want to help, big donation. Thank you, Mad 3R Marauder.
Let's give those recruits something to show their piloting skills. 2 mech snares for the Lord Commander.
For the Lord Commander.
Pretty cool. So yeah, one of the ways that you can interact with the show that is super fun is buying these different things that are coming through now. It's amazing. It's a great way to interact in a really fun way with the show, and that interaction is kind of one of the ways that we want to keep things interesting for you guys.
Yeah.
We want to keep things interactive for you guys. Like, it makes it a more entertaining show, even if you don't have the money for it. It still makes the show different, interesting, exciting.
Yeah. So if you want to support Goobs and Viking Lass, which you might, hello Tasha's Ghost,
Or if you want to troll Goobs and Viking Lass.
this is one of the ways to do it. So first off, if you want to support Viking Lass and Goobs, you have the glitched objective, which means a data error can cause the vehicle objective to take half damage from the Lord's Commander. That's oddly beneficial. So to me, that makes me think of, what is it in Star Trek? The impossible, what is it called? The Verk Karoop, the test that you can't pass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that called?
Oh, cripe's sake.
Oh,
Putting
internet.
me on the spot with it.
Help me out, internet.
Help us, internet, because I know this one too.
I don't.
Oh, it's going to bug me now.
So, Kobayashi Maru. Thanks,
Thank
Pash C. You're the big winner. Pash C, thank you. All right. So that's what I feel like with the oddly beneficial. I'm pretty sure they can win it though. And that's the only thing left in the availability. I'm pretty sure if we all throw some money at that, we can do that together. Then we also have for the Lord Commander. You can get mech snares, which is a hidden trap that will catch the mechs. You can put Star League data, which means that's increasing the Lord Commander's abilities, so he can like punch things better. I don't know what mechs things.
There's a description there, but
Yeah, there is.
Top Shelf Tactics is gifted with a quality bourbon, which causes him to take extra risks and test his luck in this simulation. But on the plus side, he's feeling like a winner either way.
Either way, what mechs were chosen for the recruits, I'm not sure, but I'm 100%. I'm like 60% sure that Goobs has the Atlas.
I am like 90% sure that Goobs has the Atlas. If not, I would be shocked.
I would be
that people
shocked.
did not pay for that. I would pay for that, and I'm poor.
And then if you just want to be a troll, we have a Troll of the Week. The Troll of the Week is just one way to make the game kind of on its head, and it messes with everyone. And the way they're doing that is the loggy simulation.
So what does that do?
It means that every player at the start has to roll a 6-sided dice, and if they get 1, it means they are forced to delay. It also means
As their simulation lags.
Yeah, it also means if they move forward or any direction, when they they scatter. So instead of going straight, they might go right or left or around. So it just means that
That's fantastic. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Because you'll end up like it's gonna be great. Because it'll be like the 80s, early 90s multiplayer
God.
games where
Oh, yeah.
it was like you think you're here, but oh goodness, holy crap!
Big donation. Warning. Big donation. Warning. Big donation. Hype.
oh, Shiawase, you are officially the friendliest computer today.
Laggy simulation hashtag defy hashtag upgrade your software Lord Commander hashtag Shiawas hashtag Arislin will be venged.
Will be avenged.
Arislin will be avenged. I cannot wait for next week to see what happens. So that means that the Troll of the Week is gone. Congratulations, team. We are going to see the weirdest simulation ever.
Oh, it's gonna be great. 'Cause
Oh, it's gonna be
like you're
so
saying, it's gonna
great.
be all laggy. You think you're over here, and then all of a sudden you jump like 200 feet that way. It's great.
Okay, so
It's gonna be great.
I used to have
Okay.
this 13.3-inch
You're
laptop.
not gonna have any time
no,
for news today.
No, but I have one more
13
story.
short laptop.
It's the tiniest of laptops.
Uh-huh.
It was before netbooks came out, and I was trying to play Half-Life 3 on it with a trackball. This was like my first PC gaming experience ever. I ran into walls a lot. I never officially finished that game because of trackballs. Don't play games on trackballs. Don't do it. Don't do it, team. Claudia isms. Don't play
no,
games
I'm
with
just sitting
track-
here thinking how young you are.
I
Before netbooks, and I'm like, I'm not even sure when netbooks came out.
I bought the orange box, not on
for,
Steam.
for me, it's things like before the internet. No, really.
I'm not that
All right.
young.
So,
Oh. I'm not that young.
No, you're right. You're not that young. I'm just really freaking old. So, super cool news stuff. We are doing Rabbit Stew. This is our daily news and recap show where we talk about what's going on throughout the channel. We talk about what's happening in the shows after this one today, and then we recap news based on a subject. Today's subject, as it is every Friday for the time being, is science, tech, and virtual reality.
Yes. Joe, please cue the news music.
News music?
The news music. It's
Please?
pretty great. It's pretty
News?
great.
Maybe some news?
I like that slow-mo camera music.
I'll work out the timing on that someday.
I
I'll
love
work out-
the end.
'cause
We gotta be so pumped.
we gotta do the dramatic news poses, you know, how they're all, and then they kind of shift to the other side, and then at the end they do the dramatic.
I can't even handle
We've
it.
got to do that. We've got to work on the timing on that.
We do.
But it's much longer than I expect it to be.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna end up in HRPG quiz.
Good job. You tried. You tried really hard to stop it. So
Darn it.
we talk a lot about AI and what it's possibly able to do. An AI, an algorithm, made a screenplay to a science fiction movie. I will show you a bit of it because, let's be honest, it's not the worst sci-fi I've ever seen.
It's pretty bad though.
No, it's pretty great. I like it a lot.
Pretty awful.
No, it's 48-hour budget sci-fi. And so I'm gonna full screen it because I learned. We're not gonna watch all of it because it's 9 minutes, but we are definitely gonna watch the beginning of it.
Sneeze. Thank you, Jeff.
In a future with mass unemployment, young people are forced to sell blood. It's something I can do.
You should see the boy and shut up. I was the one who was going to be 100 years old.
I saw him again. The way you were sent to me, that was a big, honest idea.
It doesn't make any sense.
I am not a bright light.
Well, I have to go to the skull. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know anything about any of this, so.
Then what?
There's no answer.
It doesn't make
We're
any
going
more
to see the
like it
money.
doesn't get any more coherent. It doesn't
This is
make
where I'm stopping it.
any sense.
All right, you can't tell me that.
Yeah, I was coming.
Okay, that's what we're gonna watch. So what this is an AI was given a couple things to make this script. They got sci-fi words, and then they also got the idea is the program tries to finish a sentence, and they got a song. So they would have like the first 2 words of a song, and then it would finish the sentence. This is really interesting to me because one, if no one had told me this wasn't written by an AI, I would have thought it was just sci-fi I didn't get. It's all sci-fi cliches, like the way they're weirdly dressed, the way there's a green screen, the way that there's an eyeball suddenly.
Yeah, but how much of the program, how much of that was written by the program? I mean, I think out of all of this, the coolest aspect of this entire article was that the program chose its own name.
Yeah,
Like, that's way cooler than any of the stuff that we just saw in that video, is the fact that it decided it is named Benjamin.
Yeah,
That, to me, way cooler.
it named itself
'Cause it
Benjamin, and it wrote
Makes
this script.
sense.
This kind
We
of
already know that computers can write things. They
But
just can't do it in English.
I just enjoy that an AI
Still can't.
it made a story. It's the beginning of a plot. You could tell there were the cliches that she likes him, or he likes her, but she likes the richer guy. There was things that were happening. This is a first time that this has happened. I could see that
They didn't write it. It based it off of a song. Like, it took the story that's in a song and it rewrote it. So it didn't write anything. It rewrote a plot that was already there. I'm not.
This could, in 20 years, I could see an entire movie being made by AI computer writing the script, and then AI's computers making the faces and making it pretty, and then just that's it. Like, things were happening, Miss Manface. I agree.
That is the most horrifying thing I've heard all week.
It could happen, and you know what? I bet it's gonna be a hit.
Goodness.
Because, from my understanding at least, it knows cliches, and you know who like cliches? People like me. That's all it is. Yeah, writing is just rewriting
Scott,
things you've already heard.
by that logic, everything is redone. Like, if you want to take the logic that far to say that all writing is rewriting stuff that we've heard, all of our experiences are based on or all of the things that we do are based on the experiences that we've had. So everything that we have ever done is based on something that has already happened.
I don't know. I'm not saying
It's cyclical logic. You can't take it too far.
I'm not saying that I only want computers to do writing. I'm saying that there could be a point where we do allow that to happen. And that's okay. It's the future. We need diversity in writing. I want AIs to write things. I want you to write things. I want me to write things. I want us all to write and exactly fit things together. Because the world, we're at a point.
Okay, but this isn't that, is what I'm saying.
It kind
This-
of is.
It's really not. Okay, so what's
trying.
next?
Okay. Why don't we talk about something that's less with AI and more about what we've all wanted? Why are you clapping, Anna? Tell us.
Guys, the HTC Vive now available in stores.
That means if you have $800 plus tax, some places don't need tax.
That's a lot of tax.
You can go get one right now. Right now.
Right now, GameStop has them. GameStop has them in stock. They announced late last week, I think it was, that they stabilized the production of the Vive, so they would be able to keep them in stock instead of this, they'll be available next month.
Eventually.
Yeah. Instead of doing pre-orders, now you just order it. And that is really, really cool because you'll be able to go and try it before you buy it, in theory. So I really think that this is an exciting step. This is kind of huge. I mean, sure, we've seen the Virtual Boy in game stores before, but this is the first real virtual reality thing to hit stores, like normal everyday stores. So I think that this is really, really exciting and signs of great things to come, and the fact that you can get it whenever you want. This is no longer a pre-order situation. You can just go and get one.
I mean, that's the huge part about this, is that now it's tangible. It's not just for the I'm thinking of sci-fi world. It's not for the upper class rich ones. It's for everyone. And eventually, when the price starts to get reasonable, I think it will do way better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna say straight up, I'm not gonna be interested in VR until it becomes obtainable for me. And right now, $800 is not obtainable.
Yeah.
I will for sure spend like $200 on the next Nintendo NZ or NZ, like whatever, but I will not pay $100 for a Vive VR kit.
I did, and it's weird. And this ties in with the next story. This thing that we found this morning. Your head gets sweaty.
Oh, do you want me to link to that article? Please talking.
Yeah, it's the next one. So when you're wearing the VR1, for a start, the makeup ends up, there's a little nose piece on it, and your makeup ends up getting on that. But two, it ends up, because it's constantly pressed in the same space on your face gets warm and a little sweaty, and your sweat goes into this foam band that's around it, and it gets gross.
People are gross.
That thing can come off. It is Velcroed on there, and you can wash it, but it's not, like, I don't trust that that's going to hold up super well if you wash it. But for like $19, you can go to vrcover.com.
There's a lot of covers.
And you can buy a cover that is washable or that is waterproof, that goes over that is easy for you to take off, toss in the laundry, and be done with it.
I seriously want to get a couple of those for Hyper RPG.
Yeah. For Hyper RPG, it's going to be great because we have a variety of different people that use the Vive at different points. For people who know somebody who has a Vive, like I have a Vive, if you wanted to come over and try it out, I would totally let you do that.
Yeah.
This is going to make it less of a gross and personal experience.
Well, Skexy, even if we weren't wearing makeup, which, like, let's be honest, we have to be crispy for the camera.
Yeah.
I will finish that thought later. SMA, thank you for contributing.
SMA 7315.
Oh, sorry.
Hashtag Shiawas in memory of our fallen, Arislin. We are in mourning, and chaos will reign. Forgotten map hazard hashtag Defa.
Chaos will reign. Okay, so ever thought of not waiting, like you were saying, you know, even outside of here, I'm still a professional broadcaster.
Yeah.
This is my living, is being on camera here and at home. Like, not wearing makeup when I want to use VR is not really a valid option. We really kind of have to be wearing makeup for the camera.
Sweat is gross, and everyone sweats when they're wearing this, and so having that case gives you a little bit of sweat sponging before it gets to your foam. Somebody posted in the chat that, like, it's rumored that the GDC earlier this year were saying that a lot of people are getting pink eye from doing VR demos, which I can totally see happening because these
Close
are
enough,
just gross receptacles. Like, your face is just germ haven.
Yeah.
If you get the germs anywhere on your face, you will get sick.
And there's one of them that is waterproof, and you could easily get that for a demo situation like that you can easily swab down with alcohol between every single person. You could easily just wipe it down, done. Wipe it down, done. Like every single time. So I think that'll be a really, really good thing.
On a side note, on the chat in Japan for the VR like demos, what they were doing is they had like a little piece of like surgical mask over your face though, with a hole cut out for your eyes, and so there'd be always something in between, which I think could also work for demos. But I like the idea of it being like that vinyl that you can just sweep off every time.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Like, I am definitely buying one of these.
Yeah.
Like, 100% definitely buying. For $19, I just spent $900 on the Vive, including taxes. It's worth spending $19 for something that I can take off and toss in the wash every week.
And if, like, I know it should totally go into the, like, Small Fry was saying it should be included, but
Well, and it is to a certain degree. It is that, like I was saying, there is that foam that you can pull that foam off, and it is Velcroed on, and you can wash that. This is just a lot easier than that. I don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to degrade, and then suddenly I don't have any padding on my face. Like, this is just going to be way easier for me. And, we'll probably eventually we'll see that stuff. But right now, I'm pretty sure that 1,000 of that $800 went into making that Vive. I'm pretty sure that they're selling this technology probably at a loss. If not,
right now,
then it's really close because they want to push the technology out there. And I mean, how that number is calculated is variable based on what grants and funding they have. But I'm pretty sure that they're probably selling it for less than it actually costs.
Consoles sell at a loss because they make the money up by gaming.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do that same way with the Vive because I don't. Most games I see on the Vive are like $20 and not the $60 that I see on consoles. So we'll have to know. Yes, Genova, loud noises. That's what we do. Claudia's in the house. We make noises.
I think they were talking about all the caps locks.
Oh.
Because yelling is fun.
So
apparently.
Part of the reason I subscribed, not just to support Hyper RPG, is because they let me use caps locks in the chat. Because the first couple days I was like, why can't I talk? And then I was like, I have to subscribe to be able to have cruise control caps locked. I like yeah, it's a great.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So this is a cool thing.
Yeah.
I am ridiculously excited about this for no good reason.
So we're gonna put this in the background just so that we can talk while it's happening.
No, really for one good reason. Fruit Ninja is coming to VR.
How do I turn off the volume? No volume. I suck. We're gonna start it at the beginning. No, stop.
Go click pause.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness, stop clicking things. It'll be okay.
I don't
now click
this
that.
is the old Claudia, like the I don't understand why it's not getting
doing
quieter.
anything, so stop clicking it.
I don't know how to make it quiet.
I don't either.
Maybe you can't make the ad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which
So
is really annoying.
Let's just play the ad.
So we
But
can't.
You can't mute the advertisement.
You know what's really annoying? When they do stuff like that.
Yep.
You know how you can get around it?
Can you do it? Did you just mute it?
Oh, hey, look at that.
What?
Bam. I just muted
What?
the computer.
You're so cool. So, thank you, Vape Reaper. Thank you for following.
Thank you for being a friend computer and following the channel.
It's probably because
of this gloriousness
of how you muted it without actually touching the thing.
But hang on, because it's probably going to be over soon, hopefully.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're gonna full screen afterward. But guys, we are going to talk about that Fruit Ninja is now on the VR.
Why no ad block? Do you really want me to get into that right now? Because I totally will.
No, we don't. We're talking about Fruit Ninja.
Okay, go.
Get ready for E3 2016 with
Okay, this is another ad.
Okay, it's okay. We'll just turn it. We'll just talk over it. So, guys, this is your article. Tell me about Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja's fun. You swipe at fruit.
Oh my god!
It's
and
so
you
cool.
have little snaps.
So Fruit Ninja is an iOS device, or it's an iOS app where you swipe across your screen to slice at ninjas.
We're gonna talk over it.
Why it's so cool is because coming to VR, like, you're going to actually be like wielding machetes and katanas instead of just swiping on your screen.
I enjoy that it is now like two staff.
Oh, hi, Alex.
Because I always had two fingers and I got really frustrated when on the old phone version it was like, only one, please.
Oh, see, I used to like,
yeah,
but it counts as 5 swipes. So I am so excited because I'm going to be like, wow.
I cannot wait to slice up fruits.
Right?
Because there's nothing more satisfying than murdering, but it not hurting anybody.
I am so excited about this. So excited. Don't swipe the bomb.
I always swipe the bombs. Anything that moves is getting swiped.
Yeah, I believe that.
This is how I play. It's free on the Xbox with Kinect. That's true. But
I love how awkward the people doing it look. They're just like, I don't want to hurt anyone.
Let me show you how we'll totally use this.
Oh goodness.
And
somebody gave this woman a sword.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand that until I get more health insurance, it stays in the sheath. My health insurance doesn't kick in until July, so it has to stay in the sheath until July.
That's a pretty solid rule, I think, guideline. All right, so I'm just super excited about this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's an app that if you haven't tried it, I do recommend, even if it's a few dollars, if you've got the few dollars to download on iOS, do it, because it's like 15 minutes of fun whenever you want it. It's going to end up playing a thing.
Okay.
We don't want it to
we
play.
don't want watch.
So we can just close that now.
Okay, I know that there was something with Zach. Zach has played a game that has swords in it, but there was lots of.
In fact, we have a thing later on down about the one with swords in it.
Okay, cool.
Light blade or something like that.
Yeah, but like, there's something satisfying about just slicing at fruit ninjas
slicing fruit.
or ninjas or fruit.
So there's another app that's called Light Blade, and it's further on down the thing. That it's basically you've got two lightsabers. And
is it the lightsaber $4 thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Keep talking. I'm gonna find it.
You've got two lightsabers, and there's a droid that shoots at you, and you have to deflect the blaster bolts with the lightsabers. That's it. That's the entirety of the game, and it's still appealing because they're freaking lightsabers.
I see.
It's called Light Blade or something like that.
Okay.
But it's totally lightsabers, and the guy makes no bones about it. Like, he's like, yeah, I just tried to make it as much like lightsabers as I can without Disney getting mad at me. And he's like, and if they get mad, I'm taking it down, but they haven't yet.
So I see. Oh, I see. Okay.
I spent an hour playing this yesterday.
They're so lightsabers. It's not even pretend. It's a lightsaber.
Oh, they're totally lightsabers.
Oh my god. Oh god, that's so fun. See, I think I just like games where I'm not murdering with the VR because I think that's a little bit too close to like me murdering. Like there's a level. Like I need that separation. I will play a character who murders, but I will not VR murder. Yeah. So like fruit. Okay.
That's just gonna be so much fun. I played it for a bit yesterday. And I came out, because Allie's working from home right now. My fiance is working from home right now. And I came out of my studio after having played that, and she's glaring at me. And I'm like, what? And she's like, what were you doing with lightsabers? She could hear the whole thing. All the...
Good. Oh, they have the sound effects too.
Oh, yeah. No, it sounds like a lightsaber. It's good. It's worth the $4. Absolutely worth the $4. Just because you get to play with lightsabers. It's not very complex, but like if you can afford the VR, then you can probably afford this game, and you probably should. Also buy Hollow Point. Hollow Point's very good too.
Is that the company?
No.
Oh, it's the game.
Buy Hollow. That's
by B-U-Y.
Yes.
Not B.
Yes.
English.
This is by some guy.
Words are hard.
Who just realized that there was not a game that was out there.
There
where
was
you
not
just
enough
played
Star
with
Wars.
lightsabers. And he just figured somebody would make it, so he looked and he couldn't find it, and he's like, well, I guess I'll make it, and so he did. And he just tried to recreate the lightsaber experience as much as he possibly could with without Disney coming after him. And he made it, he says in the article, he made it in such a way as like he wanted to be able to do all these twirling things and all the stunts that they do in the movies. So that's how he played the game. But if you actually use, I don't know, tactics, it's way easier. Like,
so if you actually
realized that somebody who wasn't a Star Wars fan realized that if you just hold the two of them like this, you're pretty much safe.
And you are pretty much dead inside.
Yeah. And you just kind of... And then you're not going to get hit.
I'm going to throw some shade. The people who do this are probably the same type of people who play Just Dance on the Wii sitting down. Because, like, with
Probably.
the Wii, all you need is a Wiimote. And I broke up with a dude because that's how he played Just Dance.
That's fair.
I was like, we can't do this. If you can't find joy in this, this is how you do life.
That's a no fun thing.
Yeah, you have to have fun, and even if it means being really bad at something.
Mm-hmm. So that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh my!
I
God.
enjoyed that. I spent a decent amount of time yesterday
Yeah.
doing that. And a decent amount of time shooting arrows
Mm-hmm.
in Hollow Point, which was good. So, what's next? What do we got? What's next? The VR washable thing.
No, this is mine now. We're gonna talk.
Okay.
Joe, can you please cue the Terminator music? I'm talking more about AI because we're gonna play a video.
This one is super cool.
This one is cool, and I guess because Anna agrees, we can talk about it.
No, you could talk about it anyway.
The main concept of this is that there are a lot of games on the Atari 2600 that AIs have been taught to defeat.
2600.
Kino Guti, thank you for following. Thank you for following. So pretty much what they did is a lot of games that the computer can just like pattern and beat. The issue is with Montezuma's Revenge, you have to explore. To be able to do it, there are 26 rooms to beat the first level. So they had to find a way to get the AI to actually explore the room. And the way they did it is they gave it rewards. I didn't read the 26-page lab article, but by giving a computer rewards, they made it so that it will explore the rooms. And it still sucks. Like we can see just now, it's gonna die by the water.
But it does it once, and then it learns.
And it learns. So it got through like most of these rooms because we gave it rewards for being curious.
Which is the same way our brains work, which is why this is so cool.
Right.
Because we figured out a way to say, this thing does this, doesn't want to do this, let's give it a reward, and suddenly it does. Like, that's how our brains work with dopamine. We learn this is a good thing, this is a bad thing, through the reward centers of our brains, and it's so cool.
Yeah. So like think about like why people are curious.
This isn't Terminator worthy. I don't fear this. This is
so scary.
This is like the most Terminator thing that we have come across.
Because here's the truth. If we give computers a reason for rewards, it's going to continue seeking those rewards. Eventually what it wants is going to be not the same of what we want. And that's where the overthrow happens. Because we're training it to want things by getting rewards.
What I find interesting right now is how much it's jumping for no reason.
Why not? I mean, when you play Zelda, do you mostly roll across Hyrule Plains?
When I played Zelda, they didn't have jump.
No, they had roll though. You did the rolls, right? It's just because you can.
They didn't have that either.
No, they totally did.
In the original Zelda.
Okay, but I'm not talking about the original. I'm talking about Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, which I've never played.
Okay.
Because I'm
then-
freaking old and you're freaking young.
Okay, no, don't put it like that one. Like, did you have an N64? You can say no, and that's
no,
okay.
my brother did,
Okay. there
but
we
I
go.
never got one.
It's okay. It's okay.
So anyway, this is the most Terminator thing we've ever shown on this.
Yeah.
Because like this is teaching them to actually think in the same way that we think. And that is a very powerful thing. So
On a side note, DeepMind is the name of the company that is making this. Google owns DeepMind. Google is going to be the reason we all die. Pinning this on you, Google. You can look through our emails, figure out our weaknesses, and then DeepMind, which is the company who's making this AI, will come get us.
That's kind of a given. I already knew that part. So anyway, it's cool. It's horrifying. We're all going to die.
We're all going to die.
Right. So What's next?
Uh,
We are running out of time
are?
before our guest comes in. We've got about 20
oh God,
minutes.
yeah. So remember,
I want to make sure we cover all the really cool
we
stuff.
We haven't actually said what we're gonna play with our guest. Like we skipped that part.
Oh, yeah.
Dean Tate. We're gonna play Captain Forever Remix, which is like
It's a super cool game.
it's a simple. You gotta build your spaceship with bright colors, and he's basing the art direction off Ariel Monsters and other '90s cartoons. It looks pretty sick. I'm pumped. I'm going to lose, and I'm pumped to lose. Did you want to show this off? This is this glory. Okay, I have to actually turn off this video. Crap.
This is fun.
Yeah. Mr. Top Hat, thank you for following. And if you are lurking and just watching, can you please click that follow so that we know you're in the room?
Also, reminder, it is Freaky Friday.
Freaky free Steam key Friday.
Yeah, that. So any subscribers today, and we give away a Steam key to the chat.
Yep. It's
Any
a good time.
subscriber at all.
Hi, Red One.
Except the resubs, because apparently those don't count.
Nope. Well, they're good subs.
Yeah. Resubs are people too.
They're not the
They
most
just
exciting
don't trigger
subs.
giveaways, unfortunately.
And remember, if we get 9,001 followers, we get to play the Dragon Ball Z.
What happens if we just skip right to 903 or something?
Then I guess we don't. It's over 9,000, which means we still get a.
We'll see.
We still.
So this is this really cool thing. My favorite quote out of this is, what was it? I wouldn't let kids play with this, but it's super cool or something like that. That is actually what he said. Why did it? Why
I don't
did
know.
It just jump over to there? What do you even do?
It did this once before, where it would, whenever I tried to full screen, it'd be like over here. I'd be like, no, computer, not over there. Okay.
Right.
Stay here.
So
Stay here.
I saw this. Okay. So you know why it's doing that?
No,
Move it over.
I did.
Move it over.
Okay.
Right. Now hit the.
Full screen.
All right. So now it's not full screen. Okay. Try it again.
Okay. There we go.
Who knows?
Talk about it.
Um.
Do better. I am doing better. I am
So
trying.
we don't actually need to show this video because it's super long. Because I guess it's 5 minutes. But still, this guy who's a YouTuber who's named Crazy Russian Hacker.
Trying to see the end.
He shows you how to take a regular light bulb and make a Tesla coil thing, one of those things, the plasma balls.
Yeah. Can you touch
So
them?
cool. So cool. It'd probably zap you.
Good.
But and that's like he says, I probably wouldn't let kids play with this. Where is it?
It's going with the lightning. It's going to the thing.
And that's why you don't let kids play with them. I wouldn't let kids play with that, he said in the video, but look how beautiful it is.
So you can make one of those.
You can make this at home. Oh, see, he's touching it.
Oh,
but it's zapping.
It is sharp.
But it's not sharp.
It's painful.
It's electricity.
It's definitely not something that you should
that's
let people touch.
It's a toy you don't hand to Claudia.
I can be careful sometimes.
Oh, see, he can handle it okay.
It
probably hurts.
It probably hurts
but-
a little bit. Probably just a little bit.
Oh, goodness.
Rosian, we can't make you come out, but we're really glad you did. Welcome to the chat room. Yeah, let's be 100% honest. I would touch it as soon as it was there. I would touch it. It is the same reason why I try not to go around dangerous things.
Yeah, but it's just this super cool thing. You can find the link to it. Just look for it's, I don't know, Google Crazy Russian Hacker. That's the guy's name, and Plasma Ball, and you will find this video.
You will find
I'm
this.
sure. And then you can make one yourself. I don't know what it requires. I just thought it was really cool.
It's cool because you can do it. Yeah. I think it probably does a different kind of electricity, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a Tesla coil thing. Anyway, moving on. Did you want to touch on NASA again?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
All right. What about, the phone thing?
Yeah.
Do the phone
Pulling
thing.
it up. We have to do Babe of the Day right after this article, though.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, Google made this phone it was called, you gotta scroll down.
Oh, no, we'll
like
just-
when you do that, I can't see it.
No, you see it now, right?
So this phone has 3D sensors built into it, kind of like the Xbox Connect, where it like sends out weird wave things and it bounces off points in the room, so it makes a 3D map of the room and the objects within it. So that this phone does that.
Okay.
And and so it's got a whole bunch of cameras built in, and by doing that, it has huge potential for augmented reality applications.
Okay.
Having this portable device that maps the room in 3D means that they can then use that information to build cooler things. The other super cool thing that this phone does is it actually has good audio. A lot of phones do not, especially when it comes to recording. The recorded audio is just awful. A lot of phones and tablets, they just don't really bother with
Well,
that
it's because
all
they don't
that
need
much.
the space. They take away the audio quality because speakers take space, and we don't want thick things.
Not even speakers, recording audio.
Oh yeah. that could do it too.
Recording audio, they just tend not to have the proper hardware to record good microphones and good audio, and they don't have good microphones themselves. So, but this phone does. This phone has some of that stuff built in, such that it'll understand surround audio and be able to analyze the 3D space and create things within it, or give you the ability to create things within it. So that's really cool.
But what, like, for me, I'm not seeing the application of it yet. Like, yes, it is cool that we have 3D cameras on our phones.
Games.
Okay.
Games, but you could also potentially use it in the long run to make 3D videos that you could then share with your family for, augmented reality situations. And I mean, when you get right down to it, it's the 3D scanning is used right now primarily to determine where things are in a space, but as that technology develops, there's no reason that it won't be able to do a 3D scan of you and put you into a virtual space to, instead of having video phone calls, you can have augmented reality phone calls.
Which is the cool part.
So like your torso would project to your mom's house.
Oh.
And your mom's torso would project to.
If we could have the rooms with a thing in the center, and we're all like, yes, evil villain stuff.
Well, yeah, exactly like that. Yes, exactly like that.
Games, porn, or war. Remember, those are the three things that technology is pushing us towards.
Yeah. This one, I think, more specifically will be no, because you can totally It's
You can
all
totally
three.
send.
It's totally all three again.
Yeah, because you can send the phone on a drone and read the 3D world and be like, those are guns. Let's kill them.
Sure. So,
I
but no, you could slide that under a door, map the room, and be like, okay, the targets are there, and there, done.
And
So
then-
there's war for you.
So you hitman it. And we all know, we can all imagine what we can do for porn. So like, we don't need to talk about that on our channel. On this channel,
You're
we
on the wrong line
rarely,
already.
nope, I'm not revealing it.
All right.
We rarely talk about porn. Now we're gonna move to Bay of the Day. Bay of the Day is a segment where I get to talk about someone who's my bae.
Do you have a song for Bay of the Day?
I do have a song for Bay of the Day. I'm really excited. I am now killing time until that song appears on the overhead. Joe, can you please cue the song? You gotta say, that song is so great. Love that song. Just get me a little bit happier every time it plays. Okay, it is time we are gonna have an argument in the chat, because my Bay of the Day is Ganondorf from the Legend of Zelda series. And not many people are gonna agree with me on this, because 100% I understand that some of this is because he is a strong, like, amazing king. But let's just get started on this. Don't know what happened.
That was a record scratch.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Records were these things that came before CDs.
Oh.
CDs were these things that came before digital downloads.
So here's why I love Ganondorf. Like, one, he has a strong good demeanor as a king, okay? He has strength that he shows on the battlefield. He can use magic. It is very rare to have someone who can both use magic and cut people down in this world, right? And he has an army of barbarian Amazonian women as his, like, yes, it's a dying rate, but at his call to do war, right? 2, much like the other characters in the Zelda franchise, he continues to be reborn because he is important, but they forget that he's so important. Because he is one of the 3. He is the Triforce of strength. And everyone's like, whatever, that doesn't matter because there's courage and wisdom. But he is like a baller. And do you see that nose profile? It is amazing. He's got a strong nose and a forehead, and his hair is luxurious, and he takes care of it. Like, look at this. Look at that hair. I understand this Bae of the Day is very specifically to me because I've said many times I admire strengths in characters more than I should. And have you ever played him in Super Smash Brothers? It's great. He just goes around and punches things really slowly, and he wins. Ganondorf, ladies and gentlemen. Dropping the mic. How do you feel about that, Anna? I will allow you I will give you one free go to say why we should yuck this yum yum.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum yum. I'm just gonna show you what Ganondorf looks like to me.
I know he is also a pig in other games. Sorry, a boar. And I will.
Original Ganon.
We're using the Google. Yeah, I get it. He looks scary and terrifying. He has definitely gone through enough makeovers where I am right with this.
There he is. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Okay. I liked him after his makeover. Even in like all the other versions. I'm so excited because there will be a new Zelda and there's no doubt he's going to be in it because, spoiler alert, he was not in the last Zelda game, which was really sad for me because I was like, I don't know. Oh, Slinky Jim, thank you for following. See, Slinky Jim agrees with my Bae of the Day choice.
All right, so do we have any more science articles
Oh,
that
of
we
course
want to
we
cover?
have
Because
science
we have just a
articles.
few minutes left before our wonderful guest arrives. Is that? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dean Tate.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then
yeah.
we get to play a cool game.
Oh, guess what? I'm going to talk about
Goodness.
AI stuff.
More AI stuff?
More AI stuff.
This is going to turn into just VR and AI.
Yep.
And
That's
everybody's
what's
going
important
to be
part.
horrified because we're all going to be complacently plugged into our virtual reality while the machines
take over. So, you know how we talked about how Facebook has totally just gotten rid of our privacy? Like 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Facebook developed another way to read your text. It's called the deep text.
I'm shocked.
And what it can do is it can understand words like bro means brother. And so they allowed it a couple weeks and months to observe everyone's writing. And then they can sell you stuff for it. If they see that you're writing about a plane trip, they're like, oh, would you like a cab? Here's Lyft. And it says it can get rid of spam. It's not going to get rid of spam.
It's
We all
going to
know.
create the spam. It's going
It's
to be
create
the
the
spam.
So I just enjoy that Facebook is like, we're helping you by giving you what you want. Which, like, I will, again, devil's advocate. Is it bad that it's giving me exactly what I want?
Well, and that actually ties in with exactly what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of what they view as spam,
Yeah.
which is people posting advertisements without paying for them first.
I don't know, like,
That's the kind of spam that they're talking about getting rid of. Whereas they want, basically, because you can pay for ad space on Facebook, they want you to have to do that. So that's the kind of spam that they want to get rid of.
I don't know, because if I talk about anime like 50 times on Facebook, which I do, and then they say, hey, you should buy this anime product, I'm like, oh, yes, I should buy that anime product. Is that bad? That it gave me exactly what I wanted, and it sold me a product that is something I agree with.
And it's a weird sort of thing.
Thank you, Libra Geisha.
Libra Geisha is a friend.
It's
computer.
just
Thank you for the
saying,
follow.
like, if they're doing the things that they're doing, maybe it's not. It sucks that they are being able to target me so well.
Okay.
but it's
if
nice.
they're going to do that, at the very least, I feel like they need to learn when we have bought those things. Because frankly, I'm a little tired of seeing advertisements for the HTC Vive.
Yeah, Commander Dunsel just added that where they just bought an air conditioner and for the next 6 weeks got nothing but ads for air
Right.
conditioners.
And it's like, and especially on Amazon, it's like, Amazon, you know I bought this thing. I bought it from you. Why are you advertising
you
this
doing
thing that I
this?
bought already from you? I already have one. I don't need two.
Well,
If I needed
think
two, I would have bought two.
Amazon is definitely telling you that you need to. I think you
Of
need
everything.
to.
Everyone
Yeah.
needs a spare.
Why not? You need 2 air conditioners. We need all this.
I do, but that's beside the point.
I love how the internet's like, Claudia, we're worried about your
All
pay.
right. So here's my rant about ad blockers.
Oh.
Ad blockers, since we're talking about those again.
Let's do it.
Ad blockers are they're fine if you turn them off, if you actually turn them off for the sites that you want to support.
Yeah.
But if you have an ad blocker turned on for, I don't know, Twitch, that is less money that we are getting for it. So if you want to do that, fine by all means. But it is kind of rude to say that you were doing it. And it's the same for, like, I have a lot of friends that that make webcomics. I have a decent number of friends that make some good, well-trafficked webcomics, and for a very long time, that was the entirety of their revenue stream.
Was on
Their
that.
entire income was advertising revenue from their website. And by using ad blocker, you're like, no, I don't want you to eat this week. And I get that you find them inconvenient, but you have to be mindful at least of where you are taking that, because you are at times possibly actually denying food to someone's table. So I'm not saying don't use ad blocker. I'm saying if you are going to, then use it carefully, use it responsibly, and for cripe's sake, don't tell me about it because it's just not good manners.
Here's my problem with ad blockers. I was a part of an online forum where there would be like role playing on it, because that's how like a geek start on the internet. And it was like, hey, you should turn off ad blockers to support my thing. And I was like, you know what? I can't pay money for the digital items. Let me support you by like.
But
turning it
I
off.
can tolerate some ads.
But the ads that they were posting were the ones that blew up the entire page and were loud, and
Yep.
that's the ones that I can't do.
Yep.
So, what you're saying about webcomics, I will probably go home and turn on ad blocking for certain webcomics I really enjoy. But will I do all of them? No, because I don't like the ones that jump out at me. I
Yep.
can't do that. There we go. Adverts. Adverts are the ones that are really loud and obnoxious. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna yuck that yum yum.
Yeah.
No, that's totally if they because I don't disagree with that sentiment at all. Like if they're jumping out at you, auto playing any sort of audio
Yeah.
is a pet peeve of mine, and I will just flat out stop going to that site.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to turn off ad block. I am going to stop using that site if they do.
Wow.
I've done that on a number of occasions.
You have.
Where there's been like an article I really wanted to read, and I show up and it auto plays a video with audio, and I'm like. There's somebody in the next room over trying to sleep, and you just woke them up. Screw you too. So I just won't go back. Click, close, done. Done.
I can't wait till we
Done.
get VR computers and there's you have to figure out which window has autoplay sound, so you're shuffling through the air trying to find it.
All right, and at least one person is saying, yeah, but those advertisements, those in rotating spots, can be used to distribute malware. That's why you get a decent antivirus software instead of ad blocks. Spend your money on decent antivirus.
Yeah.
That blocks that sort of thing. Those exist. They block that. There are things that
I
protect
think
you
I'm from that entitled universe where I'm I have to pay $20 for ad block a year. What?
Yeah.
But it's as I'm I will probably
All right.
do it.
So let's recap Rabbit Stew, and then we get to bring our guest in.
Yeah.
This is Claudia, and I am Anna. We are on Hyper Rabbit Power Go, a premium variety broadcasting network on Twitch, channel on Twitch. This is Rabbit Stew. We recap the day's shows coming up, and we talk about the past week's news. This week today we cover Fridays. We cover
VR
tech,
and
VR. Apparently, just VR and AI.
I really like the AR
No,
articles.
I think that's cool. VR and AI. I think it's good. How are we going to destroy ourselves? So don't forget to get in those Death from Above purchasables. Subscribe. Any subscriptions, we'll be doing a giveaway of a Steam key into the chat.
Click the follow. That's my favorite one.
And definitely follow. Hit that share button if you're enjoying the show.
We're going to invite Dean Tate in here. Remember, he is from Pixelosaurus Games, and he is the maker of Captain Forever Remix, which you can buy at Steam right now. Joe, please cue that video so that... Oh,
Might have to play windowed.
that's complete. Hey, welcome back to Rabbit Stew. We have Dean Tate here.
Hey.
And by the way, this is Anna. I'm Claudia. Oh my God. We're going to talk about this super killer game, Captain Forever Remix, which is, by the way, I love the art style.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I did all the art in the game. So that like 2-person team, just me and a programmer, Brian Chan, and somebody doing audio and music as well, Amin Zarukian. There we go. I got all the credits out of the way in the first 5 seconds. That's great.
Perfect.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, it's done.
No, it's because like that's what really drew me to this at first is when I heard that you were coming in and I was allowed to peruse the game, and it was just really the bright colors and the am I too far away?
Talking, and I'll work on fixing
Thank
this
you.
for
Everyone helps me so much, and just how like even the gameplay matches that style, which
Yeah.
sometimes games can't really master. But you guys did a really good job, and that might be because you had that 2-person.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. And we were sort of shooting for, like you said, to like make the game look like what the game itself feels like, right? Like the game feels like a very like playful sort of schoolyard, like 2 kids playing in the schoolyard, being creative with their toys sort of thing. And so we wanted the art style and like the world and the characters to kind of match that, you know? So that the story in the game actually is that it's about these 2 siblings, Natalie and Kevin, sitting in front of the TV on a Saturday morning watching their favorite cartoon, Captain Forever, and like creating their own little make-believe universe where they get to be the heroes in the cartoon and build
fantastic.
spaceships and stuff. So, yeah.
So this is Captain Forever Remix. How is this different from Captain Forever?
Yeah, so there's a bit of history there, right? There's this game called Captain Forever and a whole series of games that went on from that. Captain Successor and Captain Imposter and a bunch of others by this indie developer named Farbs.
Farbs.
Yeah, another Australian indie like myself.
Oh, you're from Australia?
Yeah. Man, as my accent is just
I'm
weak.
No,
I
no,
can't
it's
even
great.
see-
I don't even capture it.
This is Claudia.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to like slam things
Right.
into my face to
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, I'm Australian, but I live here, so
Oh.
yeah, here in Seattle.
Claudia's brain goes so fast that she
She's
just
not even
skips
processing,
right
it's
over
just data.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Shooting
really.
straight through her brain. Yeah, so the original game, Captain Forever, right, is this browser-based game that came out in like 2000, 2005, 2006,
Whoa.
it might 2009, somewhere around there, before indie games kind of became this really big thing. And it was this little side project by my friend Farbs when we were both working at 2K Australia. And I played and loved the game when it came out. I was obsessed with it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'd come back to it every few years. And so when I went to start working on a new project with Brian, we were kicking around ideas for what to build, and one of the ideas was like this kind of top-down space shooter with lots of roguelike themes. We were codenaming it Space Lunky.
That's a great one.
Yeah, and that game would have been really cool, but we were like, well, we're also going to be learning all of these new skills as we work in this game, so we should probably do something to remove some design risk and not, try to do everything on our own. So a friend of mine, Achiro from Dejabun Games, had the idea that we approach Farbs about, why don't you just go remix Captain Forever, because it's an amazing game already, and a lot of people know about it, but not as many as, you think should know about it, because it's such an amazing concept. So that's how we came up with the idea of like, well, let's do a remix of an existing indie game. Yeah. And I think more indies should do it. I recommend it.
Wow.
Go take some ideas that are really cool and try to do something new with them.
You indied like an indie game.
I know.
You are the pinnacle of indie developing.
Yeah, it's like Captain Forever Remix is like condensed indie-ness, right?
Yeah.
Like the original Captain Forever was already like 100% indie, and this is like 150%.
This is like pure distilled indie.
Yeah. Don't take it all in at once.
Yeah.
It'll
Small
hurt your brain.
doses until you're ready.
Yeah.
But what's also really cool about this is you're sharing Captain of Forever because then you're making a wide audience because it's now more not tactical, but you can find it on Steam because Steam is now where everyone does
Yeah,
everything.
it's a place where everyone looks. Like when the
Everyone does
original came
everything,
out,
yeah.
people were still just sort of in the mode of like, I'd go check, whatever GameSpot to see what major AAA releases are coming out. And that's what video
Yeah.
games are.
Yeah.
And so there was this like little underground hit going on that especially people in the industry were like, Captain Forever is amazing.
Yeah.
I've run into so many developers that are aware of what the game is because of that. Like Clint Hocking the other day tweeted at me and he was like, I got into design because I was obsessed with Captain Forever.
What?
I'm like, well, I really hope that we haven't screwed up the remix then, because that would be very bad. But, I've heard that sort of story a lot from people that are like, yeah, that really got me into design or it got me into making games. So now, I really hope that it does that for a bunch of new people. It'd be really cool.
It would be really cool. even Zach was like, because we were like, we have this developer coming in, and we said Captain Forever Remix. Zach was like, oh yeah, I love that game. I already have it on Steam. Like,
Oh,
get
cool.
it.
That's
so that
great.
we can play it.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, we can actually
Yeah,
try
you should
out.
play it.
Oh, here's Kevin. Ah.
So, is there? It's not currently multiplayer.
No. Yeah.
Are there any plans
We've
for
had
making it multiplayer?
We've had a lot of people ask us that during early access too.
Particularly in a way to interact with Twitch.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Because I went to school for game design. I'm also a Twitch broadcaster and one of the producers here. So that's instantly where my brain goes. Is you know what? I would love to play this on stream and have
other people
the
playing,
community, have the people that are in the chat room be able to come in
Right.
and play in the same little.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't have multiplayer, but there's some of that already happens, right? Because as soon as you start to build your ship, everybody in that little chat window there is going to have an opinion on how you should build your ship.
Yeah.
You know? So that's like a form of multiplayer, kind of. So here, this is just a tutorial, and you need to fly around and shoot some stuff.
It doesn't seem to be.
Oh, okay. Maybe because you're on the second monitor.
Yeah, the clicking was totally working.
Really?
Yeah. How'd you do it?
I think you did it.
Oh.
These buttons? No. Try these buttons.
Because no. Okay.
WASD
Okay.
and spacebar. You've already got it.
Wait.
Why did it work when I pressed it?
Why am I breaking it?
Here, look. What happens if I press it?
Wait.
We will figure this out. Try just hit the skip tutorial button and see what happens.
Wait, why does it work when you touch it?
Yeah, and when I touch it, and then it stops working.
Because it wants me to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, try that and see what
clearly.
happens. Oh, that's bizarre.
This is the weirdest.
You might, I don't know, you might need to put it onto your
That's
primary
weird because
monitor.
it goes back to here and it starts having trouble.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy will fix it while I talk about.
No, you know what?
Why?
It's where the mouse is.
Oh, if you take the mouse away from the.
No, it's not that.
It's not that.
Stand by.
Well,
All right.
you try to figure that out, and I'll answer your
Yeah,
question.
this
if you
is
like.
totally a co-op action game now.
Yeah. So you asked about multiplayer. We got asked about that a lot in early access, and like I said, we're a two-person team. So you know we're very limited in what we can achieve, and we decided that we're going to try to build a really amazing single-player game that's filled with surprises and randomness, and you know lots and lots of different ship bits for you to build your ship out of, and new systems and everything else. If we tried to do multiplayer, we would have had to split our attention so much that both games would have been awful, I think. So we had to choose a focus, and you know if we had decided to do multiplayer, in terms of development, that's a second project.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
that's not, you're building two games at that point. So we decided to not take that tact and just we're going to build a single game. We're going to make a really great version of that game and then see how it does. You know, who knows? If the community becomes massive and they're all crying out for multiplayer, maybe we do that at some point. But you know, it would probably, if that happened, it would probably be a different product and a different game.
Yeah. It
And
wouldn't feel like this.
Yeah, you'd do it justice, right? Like you'd make that its own thing. Whereas I think that this, as it stands, we were shooting for we want something that's as entertaining to play as it is to watch and has as much depth and randomness and like room for surprises and secrets as something like Binding of Isaac or Spelunky or what have you. You're messing around with a locked starter kit, so grab the No Frills Basic over there on the left. There you go.
Yeah, we have to start with that. So
Yeah.
now you're going to be building the ship off the CF.
Yeah, so it's
Captain.
Captain Forever.
I get it.
Yeah.
I
You get
understand it.
Yep. So those other kits on the left are kits that you'll unlock by playing the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they've each got different types of ship bits in them.
I really enjoy how you've made it easy to put together by these little dots, right? So when you're making games, right, this game has to be easy to play.
Yep.
How did you put in things to make it applicable? Because like right now, Anna, you are rocking this putting together thing.
Well,
You must be good at Legos.
I was gonna say, well, it's basically Lego.
Thank
you should
you,
definitely start
Modus
on.
Morin.
Yeah, so I mean,
You did a really great job. You should start on easy.
yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Trust it. The game is
Oh, it is.
easy is a little bit easier than what the original game was.
Was it a hard game?
Oh yeah, it is a rite of passage as somebody playing games to beat Captain Forever for the first time ever, and we wanted to keep it that way. We experimented with making there's accessibility and then there's tuning difficulty. We made the game more accessible. We made it easier to pick up and play and understand how the game works. We did not aim to make the game easier necessarily because we don't want you. Imagine if you picked up Binding of Isaac or Sparky and you got through to the end on the first or second try.
That's not it. That's not the game it is.
No, you'd be done with the game at that point. You'd say, "Oh, that was nice. You did it." You'd say, "I'm done with that game and I'm never going to play it again." So
you could put people on. Oh my god, you could just take pieces.
Yeah, so it's like
Now I'm
action
gonna
FTL meets Legos or Asteroids meets Legos. Like you build your little ship out of Lego pieces, then you fly around and shoot other Lego block ships. And as long as you can destroy the ship's core without destroying every piece on it, you just get to take whatever's left over and stick it onto your ship.
Because the core is where the people are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh
it's where the
my
little
God.
mutant animal is.
Having a little bit of trouble flying this
Because
And if
you
you
made
build
it-
you built it lopsided. It's like a shopping trolley with a broken
Oh,
wheel.
you could put one underneath your main thing.
Yeah, like grab
I'm
that
working on it.
bulkhead.
I'm working on it. Right here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
You can zoom the camera in and out too. Don't
Oh
forget.
yeah. How do you?
Mouse wheel.
Oh,
There
that,
you
oh,
go.
that's
So that
easy.
makes it easier.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's funny that the feature you mentioned with the dots appearing that tell you where you can place stuff. We had a version of that was like it would just show a dot where you're currently hovering the piece. And Farbs, the guy that made the original game, he gave us a few days of work. Like he just poked his head in and added a few things to the game, and that's one of the things that he added.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm just gonna display little dots when you.
It just makes it easier for a person like me who struggles with free creation in Legos. So,
how about you?
Yeah, so if you go for the core on
Back
the
here.
side,
oh, they show you even a target.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And that guy's having trouble turning too, so that makes it a bit easier for you. And she might try to
Oh, there's
try to
another.
run away. There you go. So
Ah!
every time you destroy an enemy that's one level above you, like that's
Yeah.
what those level 2 pieces are, the yellow ones, that's when you get to go to the next stage.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like fly around and harvest pieces from enemies that are about the same level as you until you get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then go take on an enemy that's more powerful. It's like it's almost like spaceship
Oh,
Katamari, except
yeah.
that you get the pieces knocked off of you every now and then.
And they're not just like actually a orb. You gotta create your orb. Because I will say,
Yeah.
in Kamari, when you pick up the stick and then you try to
Yeah,
roll,
in
you-
Katamari, and
yeah.
you're like, "Dunk, ga-dunk." Yeah, that can happen here depending on how you build your ship.
like putting thrusters on the side.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually not bad. Like, you could see the thruster that you got left, stick that on the front of your ship, right? And then press backwards. Like, now you can
Yeah,
retreat.
see, that's
right?
what I was thinking.
Yeah, so you can put stuff wherever you want, and it's just physics-based. It's like, if I put a bunch of thrusters on the side of my ship, I could build like a dreadnought, right? Like a big long
Oh, a
ship.
big square.
Yeah, or with weapons on the sides and thrusters on the other side. And then you could strafe really fast because of that, or you could turn really quickly because of where you place the thrusters.
That's so great.
Like, that's what the sort of
I just did a 180
coolness of
super
Captain Forever is.
fast.
oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah, Anna, you're so much smarter than I thought. Not that I thought, but then I gave you credit for in this game because I never would have thought about that.
Claudia, haven't you
that was
learned
like an underhanded.
I'm good
Yeah.
at like all games?
Yeah, you've just received your first Claudia compliment, which is something that happens a lot in my household where I'm trying to say nice things and it does not come out nice. So
Get back here.
You talked a little bit about working in 2K games, and then you worked with indie. What are your experiences with those two different? Because they're two different beasts in general.
Yeah, they're completely different. So, I've worked on massive teams of 100, 200 people on really big games like at 2K, where teams would get quite large, working on stuff like Bioshock or Tribes. I worked at Harmonix Music Systems, the rock band company.
Yeah.
The teams there are a little bit smaller, they tend to be. So, like on Dance Central, it was like 30, 40 people, something like that. And then this is a 2-person team, right? It's just the two of us for the most part, with a sound guy popping his head in every now and then to do music and audio. I mean, the key difference, right, is just that on a game like this, you end up wearing way more hats.
Way more hats, yeah.
Yeah, like I'd never worked as an artist on a large team before working in AAA. I think you can do this. You're gonna get there.
You're gonna do it. You just lost some
Just
lasers.
don't let your command module get blasted.
Oh, but it's in the center. They built stuff around
no,
it.
yours is in the. Yours is at the
Oh,
front,
is it
though.
at the front?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think you're okay because you just took the lasers off the front of that guy.
nice. You're gonna rock
You
this.
might actually get a treasure chest because you're playing on easy. So sometimes you'll destroy an enemy and you'll get a chest filled with stuff.
Oh, like more stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just added that in the patch a couple days back.
Oh,
so,
cool.
I am still going to be playing this later.
Sweet.
Oh.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, I have so much building to do
So
now.
Bam Bam San said, "How hard does this game get?"
So it's still quite difficult on easy. Like it's gonna be a challenge. You're gonna have to play it a whole bunch of times before you get to grips with how the game works and can get through to the end. And that's a good place to start. You'll be fine. So you got piercing lasers, which will go straight through the modules and get to
What? Really?
See the zigzag ones?
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's an idea that we added for Remix, right? So, and he's got them as well. So you're gonna have trouble. So the enemies, right? They always play by the same rules that you play
Yeah.
by, for the same enemy, same weapons and what have you.
Yeah.
How hard does the game get? It's difficult on easy, and we really wanted, people who are really good at video games, plus people that have played the crap out of the original Captain Forever really know what they're doing. We didn't want those people to just buy this and get through to the end and beat it and be like, okay, there's all the new features, but I'm really good at Captain Forever, so that was kind of boring. So we added, if you say try again,
Yeah.
we added.
What? I'm awesome.
The-
That is the best
Yeah,
catchphrase. What?
So he'll be back in the next game actually with the same ship as your nemesis.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really cool new feature. So we've got hard, right? We added hard difficulty when we launched out of early access, which makes the game crazy hard. And I added that to the game without telling Farbs that we were adding it. And he played the game on launch, and then he tweeted at me and said, "Yeah, I got to the final stage on hard." And I was like, "Well, we can't have that." So then we patched the game on Monday and I added impossible. So impossible difficulty is I can't get past the second or third stage. It's just insane. And it's not just because like, oh, there are more enemies and they've got more health. In fact, they aren't. But there are hazards. This massive new feature that we added from the original game. So you'll spawn in the game, and like you're seeing here, because you're playing on hard, there might be turrets, or there might be mines, proximity mines, or there might be cloud generators that make it really hard to see because they're covering up enemy ships and other hazards. Sometimes King Kevin has like spilled his glow-in-the-dark cereal across the stage, and there's like big floating chunks of sugary cereal, like asteroids. And so on Impossible, there's like just tons of that stuff. It's really, really hard to get through the game.
So, is that something that you can blow up?
That what, sorry?
Is that something you can blow up?
Nope. It's gonna come back at some point. It has this special shielding that means that it just gets stunned. You can push it around too. You basically just have to avoid those.
just have to
avoid
yeah.
Keep going.
And I would zoom out too so that you don't get surprised.
Really enjoy all the little cute aliens.
Oh,
That
cool.
is my favorite part of this game because you said that 90s cartoons, and I saw that Real Monsters was something that inspired you, and that game is.
If I keep doing this,
Yeah,
such
it's
a
great.
classic.
I used to have a VHS tape that had every single episode on it, and I would just watch it over and over again. Real Monsters, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy,
I don't think I can
Angry
blow this guy up
Beavers,
Right. That's the-
Doug, all that stuff.
Oh, I'm
So when I went to work on characters and the story for this game, it was like, how can I take all of that time that I wasted when I was a kid and and put it to good use. So this is totally like my love letter to 1990s like Saturday morning cartoons and all of that stuff, because I didn't really do much art before this game, but when I was a kid I would draw and redraw all the cartoon characters from those shows. Like that's where I learned how to draw.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I would just get rid of everything if I were you and just go down to your command module. And,
can you
just
resummon
you can
things?
just you can just go down to nothing and then try to use your command module to take stuff out, because you've still got a weapon on the front of that thing.
There we go.
there is
Try
a
shooting.
here.
There you go.
No, this game is in itself just so fun. And so what is next for you guys? If you've already done this,
Yeah.
you patched the impossible, which I feel like will be impossible in a good way.
I hope so. If it's not, I'll add something else.
Super
impossible, hyper impossible.
Hyper
something, yeah.
impossible.
Of course, this is hyper RPG.
We like the
approve
word
of
Yeah,
hyper.
okay. I'll use the word hyper then.
Ah.
Yep. Yeah, we're still figuring out what we're going to be doing next. I mean, we're going to continue to support the game for a little while and just release patches and optimizations and things like that.
We die.
But I mean, you know, the game launched last week, so what I'm doing right now is taking a break and
Oh
just,
yeah.
you know,
I almost took that guy out.
yeah. Well, you're playing on hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised that you lost it as long as you
Impossibler
did.
is
Yeah.
also an option.
Impossibler, yep.
Yeah.
Or Impossible Successor. There's a nice little reference
yeah.
to the original game.
Captain Successor.
I mean, we'll see. I would love to do something like this again, depending on how this game does at some point, because it was really fun just, you know, getting to build the game and spend all
Yeah.
of my time making art and interacting with the community. So, yeah, we'll see.
I just keep thinking there's got to be like a really cool way that you can use these mechanics to build one that is focused on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
And like that whole
Yeah.
interaction.
What
and
sort of stuff would you guys look for? I mean, we can have a longer conversation
yeah.
about this
Yeah.
later, so
We
that these
have-
guys don't have to
We have like
bother.
4 minutes left.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, like, if you had to throw out, what is like, I'm super heavy with theme, which is why I'm loving this game. If you had to today pitch another game, what would the tagline for that game be?
Oh, another game.
Yeah, like
God,
even
like-
a new IP, like. The hardest question imaginable. Oh, there's the cereal.
I'm trying to think. Like the the tagline that jumps to mind is just a joke tagline, which would be something like, "The most amazing and successful game in the history of gaming."
That sounds right.
There's the tagline for
that's
the
it.
next game. Is like, wow, I have to play that because that's the most popular and well-selling game that's ever been released.
That's ever been made. You
Yeah.
better buy it.
Yeah, I better buy that.
So this is now on
That
Steam.
Twitch streamers love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
I'll
it
add
is.
that to the end.
So just to let you guys know, this is on Steam right now. If you really enjoyed it, go do it. Indie developers, it's great. It's colorful. It's going to give you a lot of playtime. And we're about to end, so I'm going to just let you know after this, we have weekly affirmations without Strix. Frowny face.
She'll be back next week, though.
She will be back next
and
week.
it's going to be a lot of fun this week.
Yeah, we're going to have group feelings time with board games. After that, we will have DFA with where we drill mechs and we destroy them with lasers and heat. And it's a fun Battletech. So hang out with us all day. And it's been amazing having you in studio.
Cool. Yeah, it was
Thank you
fun.
so much. Tons of fun here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. It was fun.
No, you should come by. So you were in the Washington
I'm in the area. Yeah, I'll come back.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Great.
Please,
Excellent.
Yeah.
please.
Yes.
I would love to.
You should come by with we should have a doodle day where we all just sketch. 'Cause
Oh, that'd be fun.
It
Yeah.
would be great to watch.
I
you
think that's Wednesdays on Watching Paint Dry.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes a doodle is. Okay, so we're gonna sign off a little bit early, and
No, we're not.
So, a little bit of news here, guys. Apparently, some table flipping went down. There was some table flipping action for you guys getting us to 1,000 followers on Facebook, and we promised you guys a table flip. So, on exit, what's gonna happen? Well, you guys get a table flip. So when you're ready to call it
yeah,
out,
we
like Joe,
just did.
we're
Play
gonna
the
play
video.
the- we're gonna
Joe,
play
can
it
you please
now.
cue the video?
Play that table flipping video.
Like,
I'm
you're
like, is this
"What?
table gonna be
What?
Play
flipped?
the
What?
flipping
This is
table
expensive
flipping video. Well,
stuff.
we promised them a slow motion table flip.
Oh. Okay, do you want me to do it? I'll do
No.
I wish that we could show you the video that they're seeing right now because it's hilarious.
It's great.
I'll go watch it later.
Yeah.
I think the mics are off now.
I'm not talking to anyone. Okay.
We're still on. We're still
Play
on.
the
Well,
video.
we can't see the video.
We can't watch
They're
it.
showing the video.
Are they showing the video?
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Watch the next shows.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
week-ish or later today. I mean...
Flip that shit! Flip the table! Flip it! Flip it!
dum dum